Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for another Tyler Perry episode of Iron Panther Presents. We shall continue our discussion of The Oval as we talk about season 7, episode 16. And we got bodies dropping this week. Very interesting episode. Some love is being shared. Some interesting intrigue is going on in the White House. Things are going on at Nancy's and Richard's house, and we will get to all of that. But if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, please like on the video, comment on the video, and share the video. What do you think about the season? The final season is very strong. I said that many times, and I'm really impressed with this episode. So let's get into it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Iron Panther Presents. We talking facts. Breaking down every scene like you're watching with the cast. Yeah. Iron Panther Presents, we break it all down. Every show, every film, best takes in town. Hit like, drop a comment, let the fan vibe. If you feel what we saying, go subscribe. Hey. Iron Panther Presents, come along for the ride. Like, comment, and subscribe. Keep us live.
Hello, and I started on time, unlike last week. So thank you, everyone, for dealing with my nap issues. But anyway, Iron Panther Presents and chat. Hello, thank you, DeMarcus, for being part of our discussion. And this episode was a solid 7. I thought you would have gave it a higher ranking, DeMarcus. I thought this episode was pretty good. It had some genuine moments. It had some really genuine moments, and I want to get into some of that. I want to start with Priscilla. And Sam. I really liked the confrontation that they had in the kitchen with Sam trying to rush to Priscilla to say, hey, stop running your mouth, to the reporter. Where have you been? I'm trying to keep your butt alive. And basically Priscilla said, shut your mouth, you cheating motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because you've been cheating on me, which one ain't got nothing to do with the other, really. But she's like, what about that Tanya bitch that you've been sleeping with, got a baby with? And he's like, yeah, that's not what we're talking about right now, girl. But she had a good point. She had a good point. Sam's a liar. Sam also, yes, hounding her for 3 weeks for sex, and that's why he ended up sleeping with Victoria. But somehow, as writers later on want to add on stuff, now all of a sudden Tanya was in the background. What's the son's name? I thought they mentioned the son's name. Maybe they didn't, but somehow Priscilla forgot her husband's illegitimate child's name. But anyway, I thought it was a great discussion. And again, he's just trying to keep her safe. But let's remember that Sam smiled as he watched Jason torture his wife because she needed to learn that she had to listen to her husband. And I'm assuming that Priscilla doesn't know any of that. I hope she learns that before the season is over, so she really put them hands on her little husband. But again, who did Sam tell about Priscilla speaking to Abriella? So I believe Sam sent some agent to eliminate Abriella. And Hunter and Delva found out that Priscilla was leaking secrets. Abrielle, was leaking secrets to the press. How did they find out? I don't think it would be weird for to find out that Sam, after talking to Priscilla, ran to Dilva and was like, hey, my wife running her mouth to Abrielle, and we need to take care of that. Also, I feel like Isaac would have did it. One, the person was too tall to be Sam. Let's just get that out there, because Sam is quite a little man. Okay, so when I saw this tall, lanky looking black man, and if I could tell through the mask, I think it would have been Isaac. I feel like it would have been Isaac because they don't have a lot of cast members. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it was Isaac in his off time somewhere, and he's the one that killed Abrielle. Is that going to get investigated? Is anybody going to care? Why did said killer not take Abrielle's phone, laptop, fucking notebook? Like, she sat there, they want us to believe that she sat there taking painstaking notes of what Priscilla told her, of what Alan told her. Are they going to find out that Alan was also snitching? Because right now, Sam only knows about Priscilla. When are they going to find out about Alan? Okay. Also, this storyline felt like something we would have saw in the 90s, definitely the 80s. Okay. When like print newspapers were like the standard for getting information out. This whole idea that this reporter needed 24 hours to get this national level story out to the public. It was going to be front page, hard copy news. You don't do that in the smartphone age. Like, this doesn't make sense, right? So Abrielle should have went live in her car on her smartphone on some Instagram stuff or some Facebook stuff, and Priscilla should have did a live interview. You get the message out immediately. Oh, also, Priscilla doesn't care that people are out to get her. So why is she trying to hide behind Abrielle and newspaper, we protect our sources type of stuff? Sam shouldn't be asking Kane about Alonzo. We're gonna get that. We're gonna get to that, DeMarcus, because that was also it doesn't make any sense. That's very, 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 very true. So we're gonna get to that comment in a minute. That's actually my next situation, the whole Alonzo investigation. We're gonna get into that. But Abrielle should have went live on TV, on the internet. Excuse me. Remember, in this series, Sam, I believe, did a live interview with Jason when he was the victim, and he was trying to get his reporter friend to do a live interview to get out all the crap that was going on, but that Hunter and Victoria were doing, like trying to kill Jason, who is a monster and needs to be killed. But anyway, so this whole newspaper thing, waiting 24 hours, it just didn't make any sense. But it was supposed to set up some kind of tension, so Abrielle had time to get killed. And now she's gone. So thank you for your time, Abrielle. We won't see you again. But again, I doubt anybody looks into this. But let's talk about Alonzo and this tattoo silliness. I titled this section "Broke Back Secret Service Agents." That's what I wrote down. Because Max was acting really gay, and it doesn't make any kind of sense, right? Like, we know what he's trying to do. He's trying to find the person that tried to kill his best friend Bobby. I get that. As we discussed last week, there's no way in the world he actually believes the stocky man that he fought was skinny ass Alonzo. That doesn't even make sense. All right. But that being said, he already talked to Sam and was like, what do you know about this Alonzo guy? Like, Alonzo has been on this series for like 4 to 5 seasons. Like, it doesn't make any sense that Max and Sam are acting like they don't know who Alonzo is. But anyway, gay. So then Max sees Alonzo in the hallway and it's like, yo, man, you hungry? It's lunchtime. You want something to eat? And Alonzo was like, yeah, I guess. Yeah, so you want a cheeseburger, some fries or something? And Alonzo was like, I guess. I mean, I ain't got no money because somehow he walked out of the house without his wallet. Somehow that makes sense. But anywho, he's like, well, can I see your stomach? What? Yeah, I will buy you a cheeseburger and French fries if you're willing to show me your stomach. This is gay as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, what this is prostitution at this point. Like, I don't. And then Alonzo went along with it. Like, Alonzo was like, this don't make a lot of sense, bro. But in front of all the medical staff on that hospital floor, none of them see any of this crazy shit going on. They don't respond. They don't turn around. This doesn't make any sense. Max lifts up his shirt and was like, yeah, you see my stomach? Can I see your stomach? I was like, this. If I was Alonzo, I'd be thinking Max wants to suck my dick right now. That's what I'd be thinking. I mean, that's clearly what Alonzo was thinking. And yes, I can understand that. Anyway, Max pulls up his shirt in front of all these people. And Alonzo's like, what? So then Alonzo pulls up his shirt. What? And then after that, then Max is like, hey, bro, I'm not trying to bang you or nothing. I'm gonna do an undercover investigation trying to figure out who tried to kill my best friend Bobby. And Alonzo's not having any of that shit. He's like, nah, bro, you want this penis. And that's fine, dude. Like, it's cool. Like, my cousin's gay. I know gay people, but it's okay. Be proud. And Max is like, why would you think that? Because you asked to see my body in the middle of all these people, and you offered burger and fries to see my stomach. So let's go down this route. What is Alonzo gonna have to do to get dinner? Like, is Max gonna be like, yo, bro, two out of 3. Pull down your pants and let me see there's some tattoos on your lower body that could reveal some evidence, and I'll buy you dinner. I don't know. Maybe Alonzo would offer that. It's ironic now that Cross is secretly working with Isaac now to eliminate Eli. Also on my list of discussion topics, DeMarcus. But yes, we are going down the list. So then to your first comment, so Sam, who again is the lead Secret Service agent, which means, as we discussed last week, the Secret Service agent should have some type of requirement of documenting all their scars, tattoos, any identifiable features on their body in the event that they get killed somewhere, just like the military or something like that, and they have to be identified. Sam should have access to that information. He shouldn't have to be talking to Agent Kane to be like, hey, bruh, how's it going? You know, us Secret Service agents have a snitching program, right? He's like, yeah, I know about the snitching. Yeah, so could you snitch on Alonzo's history? Who's this Alonzo guy? We've been working together again 4 or 5 seasons. What are we talking about right now? Anyway, random agent who I don't think is sleeping with Alonzo. Do you know if Alonzo has any kind of tattoos on his body? Why would I know that? Like, do we all change together in the locker room or some shit? Like, shouldn't you know that, secret agent? It was unnecessary and it was creepy. It didn't make no sense. It didn't make no sense. Also, Sam is this focused on, they believe a Secret Service agent tried to kill Bobby, which is what happened, and that makes logical sense. First, they need to get a name of all the agents who were on the floor before this assassination attempt happened, okay? Then they get all of them together, Sam and Max, whatever, and they force and Sam orders all of them to take off their shirts. I'm pretty sure there's some policies against this, you know what I'm saying? Some kind of administrative personnel stuff against this. But anyway, strip down and let us see your stomach so Max can identify which one of you has the Black Mamba tattoo. I did like the whole Kobe reference. That I like that. I appreciate that. I don't know if they're acknowledging that he's passed in this particular universe, but they did acknowledge the whole NBA. So I thought that was kind of cool. But anyway, so we'll see the next person who has to get stripped down by Max or Sam to find the Black Mamba tattoo. Anyway, so then we move on to Naomi. So Naomi failed to kill Richard with the food. Yes. So this is the second assassin. Oh no, second assassination. So let's get back to Bobby. I want to do Bobby real quick. So Cross has failed twice to kill Bobby, right? He shot him. That didn't work out. He tried to poison him. That didn't work out. But somehow he still demands that Eli pay him for 2 failed attempts. This don't make any sense. Also, so this kind of rolls into Eli. So I thought it was hilarious that Eli is eating his lunch, right? And for some reason, he decided to be like, Agent Sutton, yes, sir. What do you need? Hey, I heard Bobby got shot. I mean, I didn't like the guy, but I wouldn't want anything to happen to him. I had nothing to do with it. Sir, did anyone ask you if you had anything to do with it? Like, what are you talking about? Like, this seems kind of suspicious, right? And then Sutton was like, well, Bobby also survived being poisoned. So, he's doing pretty good right now. He survived being poisoned. Yes, like someone tried to poison him. Did you not hear that? Oh, no, I did not hear that, but thank you. Then Cross, how does Sutton know that Bobby survived a poisoning attempt? How does Sutton know and not Cross know? Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, you would imagine that Sam, as the lead Secret Service agent, put a message out to the other Secret Service agents saying, hey, this is what happened to Bobby, but he shouldn't have did that if he thinks one of the Secret Service agents actually tried to kill Bobby. This actually should make Sutton a suspect in theory, because how did you know? How did you know that someone tried to kill Bobby? This does not seem to be public available information right now. So how does Sutton know? I would submit. I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, so backing up to Naomi trying to poison Eli. So then we saw last week that Richard must have interrupted Naomi as she tried to put the poison into Eli's food. So in this episode, Richard is complaining to Priscilla not about Naomi trying to kill Eli, but rather Naomi taking some spoons or some bullshit. And she's like, why did she take the spoons? I'm tired. And Priscilla's like, well, I'll look into the spoons. And Richard's like, no, I'll take care of the spoons. And then he never takes care of the spoons. No, he goes to talk to Sam to be like, hey, forget the spoons. I think Naomi is suspicious and maybe she's trying to poison Eli. If that's what you think, Richard, why didn't you take the food that Agent Sutton was carrying out that Eli just got done trying to eat? That would make sense. You know what I'm saying? But no. See, I'm pretty sure that Richard will assume that Naomi was trying to poison Eli. Now, you shouldn't have to assume, though. Like, there's food right there, right? Take the food and analyze the food. See if there's anything in the food. Or go look through the kitchen. I'm pretty sure the poison is probably still in the kitchen. But apparently, Naomi's going to get fired, probably off camera at this point. Because Isaac has to go back to Victoria and Hunter and say she failed to kill Eli. So I'm pretty sure she's probably out of here. But yes. So Cross, because he's broke and needs money, and Deja is also broke and also needs money. Cross is like, you need to pay me, Eli. You need to pay me, Eli. And he's like, nah, you ain't getting nothing. You failed. Why would I pay you for failing? That is, I completely agree with that. I want also, Eli was screaming this in the White House, and somehow nobody heard him, like Agent Sam, who I think was right outside the door, or Agent Sutton, who should have heard any of that conversation. But anywho, so then Isaac runs into Cross. And now Cross is like, hey, Isaac, you need some help killing, Eli? I mean, I'm good. No, actually, you're not good because you had 2 failed assassination attempts against a guy. You couldn't kill a guy who's laying in the hospital, like not moving. Like you still couldn't do it. It was weird. Anyway, so that being said, I was like, all right, so now he's like, you're gonna get a big payday. How much is a big payday? Let's get to dollars and cents. Okay. How much money does Deja and Cross need to pay off their mortgage? We have no idea. How much money is Isaac offering to help kill the vice president? Also not discussed. So a big payday doesn't really mean anything. Like what details, bro? Let's talk numbers, right? But anyway, so now Isaac is going to give Cross an advance, and then they're going to come up with a plan to try to kill Eli again. So I don't make any sense. The Deja and Jimmy scene was rather odd. It was unnecessary. It was very unnecessary, and it didn't make any damn sense. Also, there's no way you're going to expect me to believe that Alan lives in that shitty neighborhood, in that shitty apartment. Didn't we see the apartment? I think there was a time when Alan was coming home and Jimmy was outside. I feel like there was some type, we saw the front of his building. There's no way Alan lives in that shitty building. Also, there's no way he lives on the first floor, because when his girlfriend got shot, he's a couple of floors up in a nicer building. So I don't know why they picked this shitty location. Maybe because Jimmy's supposed to be a homeless drunk, so that's why they wanted to do it. I didn't realize how purple Deja's hair is. It's really, really purple. So I don't, that kind of stuck in my head watching it on my TV today. But I don't know what the fuck we're doing with this. So then we got Alan. So Alan got a concussion after being hit in the head with a hammer. Isaac leaves Alan to go get medical assistance. I'm not sure why he had to leave the apartment. I'm pretty sure if he just called the medical person, the guy could have just came in, whatever. He brings him in. Donald shows up for some reason. Random Secret Service agents are showing up, I guess, to protect Donald. I guess that's what they were trying to do with that. I noticed that the medical person said absolutely nothing when he's evaluating whether Alan is okay. That didn't make any sense to me. Like, what? He's just got his stethoscope on random places on his body, and then Donald is actually blaming Alan for making an effort to go talk to Rachel. And you don't see that Alan should have turned that back on Donald. I asked you, I begged you to go send someone to help Rachel. And if you would have sent someone earlier, maybe she'd still be alive. Somehow, Isaac figured out that Rachel has been dead for hours. I don't know what kind of CSI training he took, but somehow he figured that out. But yeah, anyway, so Donald ordered Alan back to work. And who's cleaning up Rachel's body? Like, I'm sure they didn't call local, like, Washington D.C. Police department. So what's happening with Rachel's body? I don't know. You're going with me, Demarcus. The scene with Sharon and Max flirting with each other was uncalled for too. So I admit I've skipped a few episodes, so I didn't even know that Sharon and Max were even at the flirting level. So I just assumed there was things happening, and this is where it's supposed to be. But I want to back that up to Nancy, because this is what I wrote down. I was like, simple ass Nancy is sitting up there. All she knows how to do is cook and have sex. That's the only, she's the only thing, two things she's capable of. And so she's like, hey, Sharon, if you want to keep a man, you got to learn how to cook, because a man needs a woman that's going to cook for him. I guess being faithful is not on the list of things that a man looks for in a wife, but he's like, look here, Sharon, you need to learn how to cook. And Sharon's like, I don't cook, I shake ass, or whatever. Anyway, actually, I felt like WAP. That's what I heard. I heard Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion WAP when Sharon was talking at that particular point. Let's see. Good afternoon, David and chat. These people talk loud enough for the wrong people to hear, and they tend to do these things in public. You are absolutely right. It's bad writing, I guess. I would say it's kind of overacting, but I feel like that's what Tyler Perry and his crew wrote, because they wanted to be like big and dramatic, but like it doesn't make sense that no one hears these conversations happening like 2 feet next to them. It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, Sharon and Max flirting. I like the idea that Nancy was okay with Sharon moving on with someone. That's what I took away from that scene. I know you had a relationship with my son Barry. I know you two cared for each other, love for each other, but Barry's gone now, and it's okay that you move on. I want you to be happy. I really like the maturity of Nancy in that situation. But also remember, Nancy was banging her father-in-law. So again, fidelity is not really Nancy's thing. But anywho, so I thought that was a nice sentiment out of that. A negative sentiment out of that was apparently Sharon's inherent racism, that she's like, he's a white man. I mean, I can't be attracted to a white man. And you see how black ass Barry was? I'm like, this is very odd conversation. But Bitchtopia just saying somehow she can't get excited by a white man, I guess. It was unnecessary. It was really unnecessary. Next thing that I thought was kind of sweet but odd was Nancy acknowledging Nancy acknowledging that she felt some guilt that Barry may not have loved her for the fact that she got his daughter kidnapped, Callie kidnapped, which is absolutely true. That is, I remember when that happened. I was like, this is Nancy's fault. She should have listened, and she did not. Okay. Nancy has to be okay with it being she. Yes, she did. That's true. And that also never comes up in conversation at this point. But anyway, I thought it was okay. So again, Nancy's feeling guilty. I didn't like the writing of Sharon being like, so see, Nancy was like, Barry was a daddy's boy, which it's not really a popular phrase, but Barry was a daddy's boy. He loved his daddy, but I don't know if he loved me. Okay, that's fair. And then Sharon to be like, no, your son loved you. Then all of a sudden, apparently, Barry was some kind of country bumpkin who got raised by a single mother. Because he's like, and she was like, Sharon was like, oh yeah, Barry loved you. He said he loved himself some mama. And when he grows up, he gonna buy his mama a big house because he loved his mama. I'm like, that doesn't make any damn sense, because mama got a husband, and husband has kept a roof over mama's head their entire marriage. So I don't understand why this bullshit conversation was happening in the way it was. It just, again, if Barry was raised by a single mama, this makes sense. But that's not the case. Also, that's the opposite of he was a daddy's boy. That means he knows he has a daddy. So I don't know why whoever wrote that bullshit wrote it the way they did. It was just really getting on my nerves. But I was like, hey, Sharon, I get it. Nancy, stop feeling guilty. Barry loved you despite the fact that you got Callie kidnapped. You know, he still loved you no matter what. He knew you had a big heart. Da 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 da. I like the sentiment. I guess I'm saying. Also, again, Nancy is expressing her love for her son. I get that. She's trying to say, I want the memorial somewhere in the house so I can remember Barry every time I'm in the living room or I'm in the kitchen. She should have put it in the kitchen. That's really where she stays most of the time. I like the idea. I thought that was good. I thought it was weird she didn't acknowledge Pinky, because she's like, Barry is the center of my life, and Barry was the center of his father's life, which makes sense from a Richard point of view. But you also had a son named Pinky, and she doesn't make any effort to acknowledge that. So we got Max could eliminate Kareem now to save Sharon. That would be interesting. Matthew Law needs, well, the show is over anyway, but Matthew Law needs to get killed off so he can go back to Nemesis and Abbott Elementary, as I'm understanding. Max once again asked Lily the prey for that Bobby surviving again. That was a cute moment. That was a cute moment. I really like the fact that Donald let Lily go. So now Lily and Bobby can be relationship. I'm sure Bobby's going to be fine. It's actually interesting to me that he's still in a coma or whatever. Like, I thought he'd be up and running by now. So I'm going to see how long they take this. Nancy doesn't know that Callie has been blown up to smithereens and ruthless. When and if she finds out, she's going to go crazy. Again, I don't think the shows are connected that way. So that's happening in Ruthless. But I don't think we've seen Nancy or any of those characters in Ruthless. Like, so I think this Callie is still alive. Last time we saw Ruth, she was at the hospital with Barry and whispered to Nancy and Richard to help her, and then she just disappeared from this show and was never seen or heard from again. So I don't think they're related. I don't think they're going back and forth like that in that sense, because that the assault on the Raku compound would have made national news, definitely DC news, considering it's happening in Virginia, which means the whole family should be like, oh my God, where's Callie and where's Ruth? So unfortunately, I think they're separate in that, Candy. So I don't know if that's ever going to get addressed. Yeah, that's over. The Deja thing was waste of time. Yeah, I just said that. What else I got? No, that's all I got, actually. So it will definitely be too much Tyler Perry this weekend. Yeah, with Beauty in Black, The Oval, and Ruth. Man, thank you, DeMarcus, for reminding me. That's a whole lot of TV we got to watch. So yes, next Sunday we will be doing Beauty in Black part 2 of the season. It got renewed after it got canceled. So let's see what foolishness Tyler Perry gives us. Yes, I'll be doing the Oval and Ruthless by myself, and then Beauty in Black. Hopefully Kim and Ink will be with me next week. Kim is under the weather, but I think Ink will be here. But hopefully all three of us will be online. But this way, the dialogue, again, for the most part was not repetitive. And again, that's what happens when Tyler Perry doesn't write the stuff. And then people get last names and everything. Again, Alonzo got a whole backstory, and so I appreciate that. Somebody mentioned the word. Oh, now this is gonna sound kind of weird, but I like the fact that when Priscilla was explaining to Simone what information she was gonna give to Abrielle, she said that she was gonna mention Jason's crimes, as we talked about last week. Hunter and Victoria trying to cover up Jason's crimes. So very Jason centric. And the fact that Hunter has a thing for prostitutes and drugs. And it's funny that she used the word prostitute and not whores. That's how you know Tyler Perry didn't write this episode, because Tyler Perry likes the word whores no matter what. So I feel like if he would have wrote the episode, that's what it came out of Priscilla's mouth. But he didn't. So boom. Also, when is that bullshit bruise, that makeup she got on her forehead right here, going to get wiped off? Because no one believes she actually has a concussion or anything. Is anyone going to try to kill Priscilla or Alan? Because they should be next on the list. If they're trying to stop people from running their mouth, Simone should be on the list. I saw the preview for next week's episode. So Isaac, I guess the ghost that got paid must be the fake Russian that's in the SUV, and he's giving Isaac the poison, I guess, to give to Eli. I guess that's how that works. There was no terrorist attack. There's no update on the soldiers who got killed during the military operation against ANA. I think that's what they're called. So I thought, so none of that national level security stuff really happened this episode. I hope we get back to that. I think that gives the show more credibility. I would say. Again, I didn't finish the season, so I don't know how the series ends. I would like to see Sam's baby mama, or at least his baby, at some point. Since we're kind of wrapping up relationships, maybe Priscilla and Sam actually do ultimately get divorced. Maybe Priscilla meets someone and she moves on. I like to see some kind of resolution to that relationship. Will Bobby and Lily actually get married? I don't know. Will Max and Sharon do something? I agree. Alan and Priscilla has to be the next on the list. Or yeah. Or at least make an attempt. I can see Alan getting killed off. Priscilla's too important, but I can definitely see Alan being killed off. It's never too much Tyler Perry. That's not true. That's not true. It can be a bit much. But again, it's going to be like 6 or 7 episodes I got to watch. Shit. It's probably going to drop on Thursday. I'm just assuming it's probably going to drop on Thursday. That's a lot of TV candy I got to watch. Let's see. And then we got, for me, it should have been a break for Beauty in Black to air this week to stretch out everything in Tyler Perry world. Well, I mean, it's 2 different platforms, right? Can't be 2 same platforms. I don't know why people say that. Anyway, it's 2 platforms. Netflix ain't got nothing to do with Paramount. So, and Tyler Perry shows are 20 plus episodes. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? The man's got stuff everywhere. So it was gonna intertwine at some point. If it was all Paramount, I to your point, I could see them like, we got to space this stuff out. But it's not. And so all credit to due to Tyler Perry. He definitely keeps his name out there, keeps his business out there. And again, I like the direction of this final season. It's a lot more credibility. It's a lot more complexity to the characters. And I'm happy the show is leaving on a solid note. And it's still some silliness, Tyler Perry stuff going on from time to time. But overall, there's no Dilva, I think, really this episode that I remember. So let some of these characters breathe. Kyle wasn't in this episode. Jason wasn't in this episode. So we don't know what's going on with those 2 crazy asses. I'm hoping, again, I think I said this before, but I hope Kyle ultimately gets to kill Jason. I like for it to be him. That would be nice. I don't know. Well, I love how you 2 go back and forth. But I it's still a safe space for you and everybody else watching. Anyway, thank you guys very much. I got to read some notes, and hopefully I'm prepared for our Ruthless review, which I'll be doing by myself. And then we're doing Average Joe season 2, episodes 1 and 2. I'll also be on camera by myself. But hopefully Kim and Ink will be in the comments. And Average Joe got a lot of things going on, far more convoluted than Diarra of Detroit. So I did my best to take down notes to try to walk us through what in the world we are watching and why we are watching it. But I want to support Deon Cole. He's a great comedic actor, great writer, and he's trying to do dark comedy. And I want to support him, so hopefully, they get a season 3. Let's see how season 2 goes. But anyway, guys, I'll see you in about a half hour. Thank you. I will say thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. I see people watching, people in the chat.
I enjoyed the view. I don't know what the fuck I was watching.
Rewatch this when we're done. Rewatch this. You'll see what we're talking about. You'll be like, oh shit.
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
You want to go there?
Oh shit. Stacey, do your thing. Fuck that shit.
Anyway, please like and share and comment on the video and all that kinds of stuff. As they say, we're just going to end this broadcast and say bye.